Okay, hello everyone, good morning. Am I audible? Okay, good morning to all. Yeah, we are discussing about assignment number in the last lab. So, how many questions we had finished in the last lab? Okay, first six questions we had done. Good. Okay, so let's check the remaining questions. The next example is that concept of cut set, and here some graphs is given that to find the cut set of uh, is is given that minimum 5 cut set you to predict it here for this given graph. Just 1 minute. Okay, so we had finished the sixth question in the last lab. Clear? Now let's start question number 7. In question number 7, the definition of cut set you to first write. Okay, means define the cut set, and then after derive minimum 5 cut set of the following graph, and also you can draw the sketch. Okay, when we remove this set of edges, then you consider as a cut set example. So which type of graph will get as a disconnected form? Okay, so you just mention the definition here that you already know. What is definition of cut set? Okay, what is the definition of cut set? It is a some set of edges. Okay. When we remove this set of edges from the graph, which makes the graph disconnected, clear, and it has no any of it proper subset, which makes again graph disconnected. Okay, so that is definitions. You have to just revise the topic again. Okay, if you have any doubt in that, and you can also ask me. Okay, that PPT is already uploaded in your e-content. Okay, so just check it the definition first. Clear, just mention the definition here of cut set. Clear, and then after let's check this graph here, first graph, and you have to find minimum 5 cut set. Okay, you can also find more cut set here. It is not contain only 5 cut set. Clear? So let's check the first cut set. What is the definition of cut set? We consider one set of edges. Okay, when we remove this set of edges which makes a graph disconnected, and this set of edges has no any of it proper subset which makes again graph disconnected. Okay, so let's consider E1 and E2. Okay, just remove the E1 and E2 from the graph. Okay, so when we delete E1 and E2, A will be disconnected with rest of all the part. Okay, means that is graph become disconnected when we delete E1 and E2. Okay, and now consider any of the proper subset. Can we make graph disconnected or not? Okay, so which are the subset of E1 E2? One is singleton E1 and second is singleton E2. So just consider now E1 only and delete E1 from this graph. सिर्फ आपको E1 को delete करना है. So is it not possible to make graph disconnect? Okay, all the vertex are connected there. Second subset is a singleton E2. So just delete singleton E2 from the graph. E2 को सिर्फ delete करना है. So rest of the part is still connected. Okay, there is no any disconnected form. So what does it mean? It has no any of its proper subset which makes again graph disconnect. Okay, so E1 E2. Okay, the set E1 E2, that is an example of cut set. Okay, and which graph you can consider when we delete E1 and E2? This a graph you will get. Okay, as a disconnected form. And you can also draw it here. ठीक है, आप इसको यहाँ पे draw भी कर सकते हो. Clear? That is A will be disconnected with remaining all the vertices. That is F, D, E, and C. Clear? That is a disconnected form. Now find second cut set. Okay? Second cut set will be you can just focus to the vertex also. Okay? And all the vertex. How many vertex we have? There are 6 vertex. Okay. So we just disconnect this vertex from rest of all the parts. So these are the 6 cut set. Okay. For example, if we need to disconnect E, how many edges you have to delete? E3, E4, and E6. Okay, 3 edges निकालनी होगी. If you need to disconnect E with rest of all the graph. If you for D, then how many edges you have to delete? E4 and E5. Okay. For B, you have to delete 3 edges: E1, E7, E5. Clear? So now consider single vertex only and make the disconnected by using the single vertex. So these all are the cut set. Okay. And now for partition case, आपको दो partition अलग-अलग find करने हैं. So which cut set you can consider? You can consider E1, E6, and E3. Sorry, E5, E6, and E3. Consider E5, E6, and E3. Okay. Delete these 3 edges, and we can easily make graph into the 2 partitions. Okay. E1, E2 is also cut set, that there is also cut set, but in E1, E2 we get only one vertex in one side. Okay, and rest of the part in the other side. That, but here when we consider E1, E3, E6, okay, in तीनों को हम delete करेंगे. So in the one side we have D and E, okay, as a connected form. And the second side these are the B, A, B, F, C word. Okay, so that is also one cut set, and you can find third one, which is the third cut set. We can consider this one. Clear? Which edges are that? E2, E7, and E5. Okay, delete E2, E7, E5. So AB जो है, it will be disconnected. Okay, with rest of all the parts. So that is one partition which include more than one vertex. Okay, and it is also example of cut set. Then after we can take these 3 edges we can consider. Okay, as a fourth cut set. That is E2, E6, and E4. Okay, delete E2, E6, E4. That C and E will be disconnected with remaining all the parts. Okay, so these are the 4. And for a fifth, you can consider just consider one single vertex E1, E7, E5. Let us take. Okay, E1, E7, and E5. Clear? So these are the 5 different examples of E1 graph. Okay, is it clear? E1, E7, E5, that is the fifth. And you can also write some more example. Okay, 6 vertex है, तो it is definitely contain the 6 vertex. इसके साथ जितने भी edge connected है उसको remove कर दो. So it is also one cut set. For example, हमें F को disconnect करना है, तो कौन सी edge remove करनी होगी? E6, E7. ठीक है, E6, E7 को निकाल दो, तो F जो है that will be disconnected with remaining part. Okay, remaining graph. ठीक है, उसको भी आप cut set ले सकते हो. ठीक है. E for E5 D को disconnect करो तो that is also one cut set. Clear? C को disconnect करो तो E2 E3 is also one cut set. Clear? That is in one side that is only one vertex in such code. यहाँ पे हमने ये मिला था. ठीक है. We not consider a vertex to this set. आपको एज ही लेना है. एज क्या हुआ? That is E6 E7. That is the cut set. E6 E7. Okay, is there any confusion to derive the answer to anyone? Yes, have you any doubt to derive the cut set example? यहाँ पे E1 E7 E5 B को डिस्कनेक्ट करते हैं. ठीक है. That is E1 E7 E5. Okay. Now try it for second graph. There are 2 to 3 graphs is given here. And now solve the second and third one. Okay. Find minimum 5 cut set for the second as well as third. So try it. Yeah, all of you have or did I answer for both the graph? Okay, let's check some possible answer and then after we'll discuss your doubt also. Okay. Here one of the notation is not it is overlap with this age there, but here it is 9 age. Okay, it is number 9 to this one. Clear? So let's find the answer of second graph, which are the possible answer. Okay, and which are not a cut set. We'll also discuss it here. Okay, first example. Just focus to the vertex only. So 1, 4, okay, delete 1 and 4. So A will be disconnect with remaining graph. Okay, second is we can take 1 and 2. Okay, these are contain the 2 age only. Then after we can take a 5 and 8. Okay, which E will be disconnect with remaining part. Fourth one we can take 6, 2 and 7. Okay, so H will be disconnect with the part. Okay, and here one more cut set which include a single age only, that is a singleton 9. Okay, just delete this age. Okay, 9 नंबर की एज आप निकाल दो यहाँ से, तो अंदर का जो स्क्वायर है, ठीक है, which include 4 vertex E F G H. Okay, that will be disconnect with outside square. Okay, यहाँ से कनेक्शन आप डिलीट कर दो नंबर 9 को, ठीक है, so that are disconnected form. Okay, तो singleton 9 is also one cut set. ठीक है, and 3 or 3 2 is also cut set. Okay, let's discuss. 2 3 is also cut set. Now seventh number. Okay, counter example. Can we consider here 4 9 3 is a cut set? Can we take 4 9 3 is a cut set? No, it is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because it has a one subset. A singleton 9 is a subset of 4 9 3. Okay, and as we know that for singleton 9 is also the cut set. Clear? So now use the definition that it has no any of its proper subset. It has no any of its subset which makes again graph disconnected, but it has a one subset which makes graph also disconnected. Which subset? A singleton 9 only. Okay, with 9 को यहाँ से निकाल दो, it also follow the cut set concept. Okay, it also makes the graph disconnected. So 493 is not a cut set. Okay, 493 is not a cut set. Clear? Because it has a one subset which makes a graph disconnect. Clear? And you can add some partition example. Okay, we can take here 2 and 4. Okay, delete 2 and 4. Okay, then after 8 is a, we can consider 8 and 6. Clear? 8 6 for delete karo, the EF will be disconnect. Okay, but here we cannot take this partition 4 8 6 2. Okay, that is not cut set. 4 8 6 2. Okay, which makes graph disconnected, but it is not example of cut set. Why? Because it has a one subset 4 8. Okay, sorry, 4 2, 4 and 2, let us take. So delete a 4 and 2 only, which also make A and B as a disconnect with rest of all the part. Okay, so 4 8 6 2 is not example of cut set. Okay, that is not example of cut set. Clear? So these are the some example. Then after we can take 5 and 7 is a cut set. Okay, 2 7 is a cut set. 8 7 is a cut set. Clear? Then after 2 3 is a cut set. Clear? 1 3 is a cut set. Okay, 5 7 is a cut set. These all are the possible answers. Clear? For this graph. Clear? And now let's check for the third graph. First cut set is a 3 and 4 you can take. Okay, but D will be disconnect with remaining part. Okay, that is the first one. Second, for single age, that is 6 number. Okay, this delete a 6 number age. Okay, which is in between A and E. Yeah, that is a 2 more age you have to delete. Okay, 0 and 6. 0, it is in between HC, and 6 in between A and E. Okay, 0 and 6 को delete कर दो. 0 or 6 को. Okay, 0 in between C and H, that is age name is 0, and in between A and E, age name is a 6. तो delete 0 and 6. तो अंदर का जो बॉक्स है, ठीक है, वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाएगा on the outside of the graph. ठीक है. So 0 6 is a cut set. ठीक है. And then after third one we can take 1 6 4 is a cut set. 1 6 4 is a cut set. ठीक है. Then after we can take 1 2 is a cut set. Fourth one 1 and 2 is a cut set. ठीक है. Fifth one we can take 2 0 3 is a cut set. 2 0 3 is a cut set. Clear? And let's take one counter example which is not a cut set. Yeah, here if you consider 6 number example 1 5 7 3 1 5 7 3, is it a cut set? 1 5 7 3 1 5 7 3. Okay, so चारों एक निकालने 1 number 5 number 7 and 3. Clear? So it is also cut set and it has no any of it proper subset which makes graph disconnect. ठीक है. आप 1 and 5 पर से डिलीट करो, rest of the part is still connected. If you delete 1 5 7 also, the remaining all the vertex are still connected. Okay, आपको ये चारों एज निकालनी होगी to make upper part is disconnected with the lower part. ठीक है, lower graph. So that is the example and we can also take this part here. Clear? 4 8 6 2, that is 7 number example 4 8 6 and 2, which include the 4 edges and you will get a 2 partition left hand side as well as right hand side. ठीक है. 4862 and 4862 का कोई भी सबसेट आप लोगे तो it has no satisfy the concept of cut set. ठीक है. Is it clear? You can find more than 5 example for any graph. ठीक है. It depends on how many vertex are there, how many edges are there, and which type of complexity is given. ठीक है. And based on that we can predict such cut set example. Is it clear? Any confusion in this type of questions? And if you have still any doubt, okay, if you find problem here to derive the answer, then you can add some more graph here. Okay, there are lots of graph we have in the graph theory. You can consider any of the graph. You can consider any of the graph and you can find the answer. Yes. That's you can find any answer. Okay? Okay, here I mentioned the 2 7. That is a mistake. Clear? Is considered the 6 7 4. Okay, in place of 2 7 क्योंकि 2 यहाँ पे है और 7 यहाँ पे है. ठीक है? It is not represent a cut set. 1 6 4. Yeah, that is also 1 6 4. That is 6 number. The 9 number. Okay, 6 to niche. Yeah, 194. Okay, that is 194 to disconnect the A. Clear? Just change it. Okay, so let's start the next questions. If you have any confusion, please ask. Otherwise, we'll start the next exam. Okay, so next is a question number 8. It is one of the result is that every cut set in connected graph G must contain at least one branch of every spanning tree T. Okay, every cut set in a connected graph G must contain at least one branch of every spanning tree T. Okay, so let us consider one of the graph here, and then after we'll identify its spanning tree. Clear? Any of the spanning tree. We'll identify the branch. Clear? And then after we'll check every cut set of this graph, and we'll verify that it should involve at least one branch of a spanning tree. Okay. So let's take one example here. Let us consider the graph G. And that is arbitrary number of vertex I include right now. And you can consider any of the graph in place of that. And mention the notation that is A, B, C, D, E. And let us mention the age notation that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 7 edges are there with 5 vertices. Now create its spanning tree. Okay, so what is meaning of spanning tree? It is one connected graph, and you have to find out its subgraph, which include all the vertex of the graph G. Okay, you have to create one of the tree from that, and for that you can also check the circuit rank, and then after you can get the idea how many edges you have to delete to make the graph as a tree. Okay, so what is the circuit rank? That will be 7 minus 5 plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay, so आपको इसमें से 3 एज निकालने हैं to make this graph as a tree. Okay, so this is the spanning tree of this graph. I just delete 3 edges, 2, 5, and 4. Okay, from this graph. 2, 5, and 4. And remaining edge I have considered as it is here. 1 number, 6, 7, and 3. Clear? Total 7 edges I have there. 4 edge I consider and 3 edges I remove. Okay, I delete to make this graph as a tree. So that is spanning tree of this graph. Okay, that is a spanning tree of this graph. Clear? So which age I consider age 1, and after 6, 7, and 3. Okay, this is my spanning tree. Okay, this red line is the spanning tree of this graph. Okay, so as we know that the edges included in a spanning tree, that is known as a branch. So 1, 3, 6, 7 are the branch. Okay, and which edges are the chord? Okay, we just consider here branch only. Chord is not given, not consider here. So chord is equal to which edges are chord? 2, 5, and 4. 2, 5, and 4 are the chord, and branches are 1, 6, 7, 3. Okay, so what is our result here? You have to check that every cut set of the connected graph G must contain at least one branch of a spanning tree. Okay, must contain at least one branch of the spanning tree. Clear? So now let us make the list of the cut set of the graph G, and then after we'll verify the result that is it true or not. Okay, it is contain at least one branch or not. At least one means एक branch होगी at least. ठीक है, एक से ज्यादा भी हो सकती है, but it contain at least one branch. So first cut set we can take 1, 6, and 2. Okay, there is a first cut set. Second is 1 and 5. Clear? Third one we can take 5, 6, 7, 4. Clear? Fourth one you can take 3 and 4. Okay, then after 2, 7, 3. Now take one partition. You can take a 2, 6, 5 is a cut set. Okay, then after 1, 6, 7, 3 is a cut set. Okay, then after 2, 7, 4 is a cut set. Clear? Then after 3, 7, 6, 5 3765 is a cut set. Clear? And let's take last one. 1673 is a cut set. 1673 is done. 1674 is a cut set. 1674 is a cut set. Now observe this all the cut set. Okay. Which result you have to verify that? Here you have to verify every cut set contain at least one branch of the spanning tree. So which are the branch for the spanning tree? 1367. These are the branch. Okay. 1673 क्या है हमारी branch है. Clear? So now check all such cut set that it should involve at least one branch among these four value, among these four edges. Okay. So first cut set is 162. So 1 and 6 are the branch. Okay. Then after 1 5, so 1 is the branch. Clear? 5 6 7 4. So 6 7 is the branch. Clear? 3 and 4. So 3 is a branch. 273. So 3 is a branch here. 265. So 6 is a branch. 1673. So 6 and 7 is a branch. 174. So 7 is a branch here. Clear? 3765. So 6 is a branch. 3 is also branch. 1674. Where 6 and 7 are the branch. Clear? So any of the spanning tree, you can consider any spanning tree for this graph. Clear? And then after derive all the cut set. So it definitely involve at least one branch. क्लियर इट विल डेफिनेटली इन्वॉल्व एटलीस्ट वन ब्रांच एक ब्रांच तो उसमें डिफाइंड होगी ठीक है फॉर एनी कट सेट ऑफ दिस गिवन ग्राफ क्लियर so here we can see that clear for any of the graph so here we can see that every cut set of graph G has at least one branch of spanning tree okay so complete it and then we'll start the next lesson. Okay, now let's start the next question. Yeah. It is a concept of fundamental cut set and fundamental circuit. Okay. And derive all fundamental cut set and circuit of the following graph. So here some 2 to 3 graphs is given here. So to find out its fundamental cut set and fundamental circuit. So can anyone explain what is meaning of fundamental cut set? Yes, what is the definition of fundamental cut set? You have to first write both the definition here, okay? And then after start to solving all the example. Yes, what is the definition of fundamental cut set? Yes, we will explain. Rajvi, can you explain what is the definition of fundamental cut set? Yeah, minimum number of branches that are removed from the graph. Minimum number of branches. Think that not suitable. Rajvi, can you hear me? Rajvi? Rajvi, Vinith, Vaibhav, am I audible? Can you hear me? Okay. So that is already given in this lecture note. Okay. Just refer it first and then after explain. The definition is that cut set of any graph containing exactly one branch of spanning tree T, okay, is called the fundamental cut set. Clear? So one of the connected graph is given here. Okay, one of the connected graph is given here. What is the first step to predict the fundamental cut set answer? You have to first find one of its spanning tree. ठीक है, पहले इसकी एक स्पैनिंग ट्री आपको बनानी है, and then after identify the branch as per the spanning tree. Clear? And then after check the cut set of this graph and find such cut set which involve only one branch, okay, as per your spanning tree, and rest of edges should be the code. Okay, that example should represent one of the cut set. Clear? And in such cut set you have to check that, you have to verify that the only one edge should be the branch and rest of edges should be the code. ठीक है, एक ही एज ब्रांच रहनी चाहिए and बाकी सब एज क्या होनी चाहिए, that should be the code. Okay, so for spanning tree, you can use the procedure here. First check the circuit rank. Clear? And then after create a spanning tree of this graph. Clear? Okay, there are many spanning tree of this graph. Okay, as per your spanning tree, you will get answer. Clear? It is not unique answer always. Clear? As per the spanning tree, you can find the answer. Clear? So these are the vertex, that is a B, C, and that is a D, E, F, and G. Clear? So let's consider spanning tree. Circuit rank of this graph will be, this is a E10, okay? 10 edges are that. 10 edges are given, so 10 minus 7 plus 1, that is equal to 4. Okay, इसका circuit rank होगा 4, means आपको इसमें से 4 edge को remove करना है, ठीक है? Delete 4 edges. So let's keep this one in the graph. Second one. After that is the third edge, I will consider E10. Let us take E5. Okay, and it is a E6. Clear? That is a E8, E9. Okay, that is a E2, E10, E5, and E6. Okay, that is my spanning tree. Which is I not consider here E3, E4, E1, and E7. Okay, this edge I not include in the graph, so that is one of the spanning tree. Okay, and you can see that all vertex are connected and it has no any circuit. Clear? So let's overlap it here to derive answer, okay, without any error. So this is my spanning tree edge. Okay, this red line is a spanning tree. Okay, that is you can also overlap this edge, okay, by different color. Clear? By different pen color, and then based on that you can find this fast answer. Clear? Is it okay up to this? Any confusion? Clear? That is the red line is spanning tree. So you can find the branch set. Clear? Which are the branch? B is equal to here E8, E9, E2. Okay. Then after E10, E5, and E6. This is a branch. Clear? जो spanning tree में involved है. This is a branch. And which edge are the chord? Chord is equal to E1 is the chord. Then after E7 is the chord. E3 is a chord, and E4 is a chord. Okay, these are the chord set and this is a branch set. Total is the 6 plus 4, 10 edges are that. Okay, 6 are the branch and 4 are the chord. Now let us find fundamental cut set. Okay, first example. First example. What is the definition? We consider such cut set which involve only single branch and rest of edges should be the chord. ठीक है, एक ही branch रहनी चाहिए, बाकी सब क्या होना चाहिए, chord. ठीक है. So we can take this cut set. Which edge include in this cut set? E1 is include, E9 is include, and E7 is include. Okay, E1, E9, E7. Now verify this cut set. Okay, which makes the graph disconnected. B will be disconnected when we delete these three edges. And it has only one branch. E9 is the branch. Okay, और बाकी सब क्या है? These are the code. एक ही branch रहनी चाहिए and rest of edges should be the code. Okay. What is the second example? We can take E2, E7. Just think about E2 and E7. Okay, delete E2 and E7. So A, B, G will be disconnected. Okay, E2 means first upper leg and E7 is this one. इन दोनों को यहाँ से निकाल दो E2 and E7. Okay, so this part will be disconnected. Now you can see that in E2, E7, E2 is the chord. Sorry, E2 is the branch and E7 is the chord. Okay, E2 is the branch, E7 is chord. Only one branch. Rest of edges should be the chord. So that is second example. Now third one, consider E4, E6. Okay, where F will be disconnect when we delete E4, E6. That is E4 is that is E6. So यहाँ से delete कर दो. Where E6 is the branch and E4 is the chord. Okay. Yeah. Then after, which is possible answer? Yeah. Is only three answer is possible? Is there another answer? There are many cut set, okay, but fundamental cut set it depends on your spanning tree. Okay, cut set there are lots of cut set is here, but fundamental cut set is depends on spanning tree. You just consider only one branch and rest of edges should be before. Yeah, can you find another answer? E3, E3 is 6, E3 is 6, E4. Very good. Okay. Think about E3, E6, E4. Sorry, E3, E5, E4. E6 is this one. E3, E5, E4. Okay, E3, E5 and E4. So कौन सा vertex disconnect होगा? E will be disconnect. Clear? Where E5 is the branch and E3, E4 is the chord. Clear? Now any another example? Does no have any idea about next example? Yes, you can take it E3, E10, E7. E3, E10, E7. Just think about E3, E10, E7. Okay, E3 that is this edge, E10 and E7. यहाँ से cut मारो, ठीक है? So this CEF will be disconnect. Clear? Where E10 is the branch and E3, E7 is the chord. Clear? Now any another answer is possible. Think about E1, E8, E7. E1, E8, E7. E1 को delete करो, E8 को delete करो and E7 को delete करो. Graph disconnect हो रहा है? Okay, is it disconnected? B and G will be disconnected. And E1, E8, E7. It is represent a cut set, clear? Because only E8 we cannot make graph disconnect, clear? But it is not a part of our cut set. E1, E8, E7, only three edge is a cut set, clear? E8 is branch, okay, there is one normal edge right now, clear? When you consider E1, E8, E7, this is a normal part of the graph, clear? And it is now disconnected, so it is a cut set. Clear? And in such cut set, it is only single branch, that is a E8. So E1, E8, E7. Okay. Is there any confusion to anyone? Please ask. Otherwise, you have to find at least 4 to 5 counter example, okay, which is known as a fundamental cut set. Is there any confusion to anyone? Okay. So at least you have to derive 4 to 5 counter example, okay, and then it's enough for any of the graph. Clear? And now second part is there, a fundamental circuit. Okay. So it is also depends on the same procedure. Clear? What is the definition of fundamental circuit? In that you have to consider one of the circuit for connected graph G, which involve only single chord and rest of edges should be the branch. Okay, you have to make one close walk to the graph. Okay, ऐसी एक close walk आपको graph में find करनी है. As per your spanning tree, in such close walk, it involve only single chord and rest of edge should be the branch. Okay? So which circuit we can consider? This spanning tree is already overlapped to this graph. Okay, this red line is our spanning tree edge. Clear? If I change it, we'll get a different graph. Clear? But this red shaded line is a spanning tree edge. Okay, this branch and this chord. And now let us derive the fundamental circuit. Circuit. First example, fundamental circuit of first example. Just consider the three vertex A, B, and G. Okay. By using ABC, we can make one close walk. Okay. In such close walk, which edges are covered? A, E1B, E9G, and E8A. Okay. That is one circuit, A to A. Okay. So it is one circuit there. There are three edges are covered. And in such three edges, only one is a chord. E1 is a chord only, and rest of two edges are ब्रांच. ओके, एक ही कोड रखनी है, बाकी सब एज क्या होनी चाहिए? ब्रांच. ठीक है. सो हियर द सर्किट इज अ A, E1B, E9G, and E8A. Clear? That you can also write this as a E1, E9, E8. Okay, and in such three edges, it involve only one chord and rest of edges are branch. ठीक है. Now second example. Find another close walk. Okay, which involve only one chord and rest of edges are branch. So here we can take that is a C, E6F, E4E, and E5C. Okay, this last triangle CFE. Okay, so it is also you can make a circuit. Clear? And which three edges are covered? E5, E6, and E4, where E4 is only chord and rest of edges are branch. Okay. Now third one, we can take DCE triangle. Okay, D, E10, C, E5, E, and E3, D. Okay, D to D, that is equal to E10, E5, and E3. Clear? And we consider one notations in this lecture note that defined by R. So you can consider that is a R1, there is a R2, there is R. There is arbitrary notation. Okay, there is not standard notation for fundamental circuit. Clear? That is third one. And now you can add one more example. Okay, you can add some more example here. This is as a fourth one. Fourth example, use the five vertex A, G, B, C, D, A. Okay, A to G, then after B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. Okay, so all the four edges. This red line is the branch. Okay, and only one chord is that E7 will be the chord. Okay, so this four edges E5. So E8, E9, okay, then after E7, E10 and E2. Clear? Where E7 is only port and बाकी सब चार है तो क्या है? These are the branches. ठीक है? So this way we can check the fundamental circuit. Is there any confusion to anyone? And you can add some more example here, okay? Not only four. You can find fifth example as a. Is any another circuit is possible? Just check it. Okay, so it is not possible. You have to just include only one branch. ठीक है, एक ही branch आपको रखनी है. Circuit तो काफी सारी है, but it is not covered only one branch. Okay, so just consider up to the four answer. And now, if you have any confusion, please ask. Otherwise, practice these three graphs. Okay. First, consider any of its spanning tree. Clear? Draw the graph in your book first. Clear? Then after find its spanning tree, and then after overlap the spanning tree to the graph, and then after observe the complete picture. Clear? Which are the chord, which are the branch, and then after start to find such cut set which involve only one branch, and rest of pages should be the chord. Clear? And as well as fundamental circuit also. Clear? Just practice it. If you have any doubt, please ask. But all of you try it. I will ask anyone for the answer.